If you're still moving around a badminton court like you're late for a bus, it's time to stop. Learning correct footwork is one of the most difficult but also most important parts of badminton. And to be fair, trying to figure it out on your own without any guidance is kind of like trying to learn the dark art. It's not easy. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to move quickly and efficiently to all four corners of a badminton court. Thanks to Kawasaki distributor Club Rackets for sponsoring this video. Here I'm wearing a pair of the K519s, one of their top-of-the-line court shoe. To check out where to buy them or any other Kawasaki badminton equipment, head on over to clubrackets.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. Hey guys, it's Jonathan from Swift Badminton School. As humans, we've evolved to be some of the best straight-line runners on the planet. However, in a game of badminton, we're constantly changing direction and varying the speed. This means we have to move our bodies in a completely different way to what we're used to, which can feel unnatural, and it's why so many people struggle to learn correct footwork. So let's get right into it. I'm going to teach you the correct steps and movement patterns you need to get to each of the four corners on a badminton court. Apologies in advance for having the net in the way, but I think you should still be able to see everything perfectly fine. So, forehand front corner. First thing to do is you're going to split step with your right foot slightly in front of your left. Take a step with your left leg, and for you left-handers out there, obviously you want to reverse this. Take a step with your left leg and then lunge with your right, and that should get you to the shuttle. From here, you recover by pushing off your right leg, taking a step back, and then stepping back with your left, bringing you back to that central position. And just in advance, I want to say there are multiple variations of this, but since this is a basic overview, I'm going to try and simplify it and just give you one method which should be applicable to pretty much all situations. For the backhand corner, it's very similar. Take a split step, one step with the left leg, lunge with the right. From here, push off your right leg, take a step, step with the left, and then with a split step, you're back in the middle of the court. Okay, so the two rear corners get a bit more interesting. So let's have a look at the right corner first. We're going to split step, and take a step back with my right leg. So my hips are now facing this direction. From here, I take a chassis step, then jump out and hit. You're essentially jumping and landing on your right leg. So the majority of your weight should be on that leg. After you land, you want to push off the right leg and chassis back to the middle. Now the backhand side, or rather, I should say the round the head side. In my video on backhands, I told you it was preferable to play an around the head shot instead of taking a backhand, and this is how you would do that. It's a little harder than the other three corners to wrap your head around, so really pay attention here. After your split step, take your right foot and bring it behind your left foot. You'll know you do this right because I've essentially pivoted my hips from here to here, 90 degrees. From here, take one chassis step back and then rotate and hit. I do this by placing my weight on my right leg and pivoting, bringing my left leg behind, again rotating my hips from this way to this way. And this is where, of course, I would hit the shuttle. So one more time, because that's probably quite a lot to take in. Split step, right foot slightly in front, bring the right leg behind the left, take one chassis step, and then rotate and hit at the same time. And then from here you can recover in with regular walking steps or chassising. Put that all together and you should look something like this. I'm able to now move smoothly and efficiently across all corners of a badminton court. Notice that the priority right now isn't speed. The speed will come, but the form and the technique has to come first. With that foundation down, you then develop the speed. You might still have some questions like, when should I chassis step to recover from the front, or where should I take regular steps? Or I've seen some pro players move to the forehand corner like this, or like this. You might be like, Jonathan, that's different to what you taught us. The truth is, badminton footwork is less like checkers and more like chess, meaning it's an incredibly in-depth topic and it'll be impossible to teach you everything in just one single video. Of course, we'll go into the more advanced stuff in future videos, but by just learning the basics that we covered here, you'll be light years ahead of all the Mo Farahs on court. Now, there are a few terms I mentioned that I've just assumed you already know. These are the building blocks of footwork, and you need to learn them before you can start implementing the correct movement patterns. For anyone that's unfamiliar, I'm going to quickly go over them now, but just know that this is going to be a very brief overview. If you're a complete beginner to this kind of stuff, I'll make a full video going into further detail. The split step is a mini hop that we do just before the opponent hits the shuttle. It's important that we implement this into our game because it allows us to push off of our base explosively and change directions where necessary. Don't think of this so much as a bouncy movement. That's just a waste of energy. Think of it more as a hop downwards. For the purposes of this video, I want you to split step with your right foot slightly in front of your left foot. There are different types of split step, but that's just going to overcomplicate things for the sake of this video. So for now, just split step with your right foot slightly forwards. Oh, and when you split step, make sure you land on your toes and not flat-footed. The Shotty Step is a type of movement. To do so, move the leading foot in the direction you need to travel and then drag the chasing foot to it. Again, you want to stay on your toes and avoid being too bouncy. The lunge is the final step that we take to get some extra distance to the shuttle. Key pointers are to make sure you lunge by pointing your toe in the same direction you're facing, not out here or out here. You also want to make sure you land heel to toe because that's going to reduce the strain that we put on our knee. And finally, make sure your back foot is rotated 90 degrees, so perpendicular to your front foot. Like I said, that's an extremely brief overview of those three aspects, but now you should be able to incorporate all of these footwork movements into your game. Spend some time shadowing on an empty court because you really need these movement patterns to become second nature to you. In the context of a real game, all of your mental energy and focus needs to be on the shuttle and what your opponent's doing. You can't be thinking about how you're going to move. It has to come just as muscle memory. If you're just watching this video and starting out, you won't be there yet. But with some practice, improving your footwork is the #1 way to get better at badminton, especially for you singles players out there. You'll be light years ahead of everyone else who's just running around a badminton court. So thanks to Kawasaki distributor Club Rackets for sponsoring this video. Again, if you want to buy the shoes I'm wearing, they're the Kawasaki K519s, or if you want to buy any other Kawasaki badminton equipment, check them out. I'll leave a link in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to subscribe to Swift Badminton School for more videos like this, click the button right there. And in the meantime, head on over here to watch another video. Big thanks to my Patreon supporters for making this video possible, especially Jordan He. If you want to support the channel, head on over to Patreon. I'll leave a link over here. I'll see you guys next time.